Greetings, film fans. John Campbell here, senior editor of AMC Movie News. It is Wednesday, September the 19th. We are recording this at just before 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. A little over an hour and a half ago, the brand new trailer for The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, hit the web. Here to discuss this trailer with me, sitting to my right, she is the co-host with Stan Lee on Cocktails with Stan and huge Tolkien fan. She's Miss Jenna Bush.
Hi, guys.
And sitting next to Jenna, of course, she is the associate editor of AMC Movie News, Roth Cornett. Roth.
Hello.
All right, the trailer's come out. Now, before we go into anything else, I am going to just remind everybody here for a second of what I said the other day when we talked on our show, AMC Movie Talk, which you should check out and subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch. Here's what I said, what I wanted to see out of a Hobbit trailer. But what I want to see now in this trailer is at least a suggestion of some continuity as to what the story in this movie is.
Exactly.
I want them to hear them reference Smaug. I want to hear them tell the story about the gold in the mountain. I want to understand why the dwarves are there getting Bilbo Baggins. Just give us a little bit and string together so I feel like, okay, this is a cohesive trailer that's telling me what this movie is about. Do that for me, I will lose my mind. All right, so that's what I was saying I wanted to see. I'm losing my mind. I am absolutely, now before I go into why I'm losing my mind and why I am so incredibly happy, likened unto a small child on Christmas morning, Jenna, let's start with you. Your initial reaction, your initial thoughts after watching this new trailer.
There may have been a squeal that only dogs could hear. Actually, there's so many things, exactly what you said. The story is laid out. We have an actual idea of what's going to happen. I actually think we may have an idea about the ending. Now, I'm just guessing here, but because we saw so much Gollum, I think it ends when he goes in, gets the ring, and leaves. I say we see him emerge. I don't know. I'm not 100% married to that, but we're really getting a sense of why Gandalf chose him, why Gandalf needs him. We got to see Galadriel. We got to see Elrond. We got to see wargs. But I think the fact that we actually got to see Gollum is very telling. And also the best line, if Baggins wins, we eats it whole.
And I want to talk about that particular part in a second. Roth, your initial reaction having watched the trailer.
I loved it, and I don't see how anybody's not going to love it, because I think that what it did is exactly what you said you wanted to see, and what Jenna wanted to see, and what I wanted to see. You know, we sort of saw these ancillary characters. We saw a little bit of that, but the most important thing is that we understand how this story is going to evolve. We understand the core issues in the story. But even perhaps more importantly than that is that we understand how the tone is going to work, how it's going to be distinguished from the Lord of the Rings and still work. Because one big question that people had is, how is Peter Jackson going to make this funny and yet have these characters still resonate in the familiar characters resonate in the way that they did with the Lord of the Rings? And the money shot, as you said, Jenna, was absolutely that moment with Gollum, because it was this.
Well, it was
because it felt like him, but hilarious.
It was even more of a grin, like we're both having a good time.
We're on the same page,
I eat you, right?
Yeah, delicious.
To me, this trailer, and I so rarely ever use this word. When I review films, I review them 1 to 10. I think I'm not one of these online film critics who's like, if I even remotely like a film, 10. I'm not one of those guys. I've given 5 now. In 7 years, I've given 5 10s. All right? So I don't use this word often, and I don't use it lightly. Perfection. There is nothing short of perfection about this trailer as far as a trailer for a Hobbit film goes. What did it communicate? It gave us, even if you have never read The Hobbit, which shame on you if you haven't, but if you've never read The Hobbit, you now have a basic understanding of what's going on here. These dwarves want to get back to this mountain. They want to take back what's theirs. For some reason, the wizard brings them a hobbit to go on, this who's completely out of place. And we get that understanding. We get the understanding that there's a journey, that there's an adventure. But at the same time, if you're going to do a Hobbit film, you have to do exactly what Roth just said. You have to show us that the tone is distinctly different from that of Lord of the Rings.
Right.
It has the excitement and adventure, but at the same time, it has that whimsy. Mm-hmm. You know, one of my favorite shots in it is a very subtle shot. It's just when they're sitting all around Bilbo's table, and one of them, throws the food, and the other dwarf catches it in his mouth. It conveyed that merriment of it. The effects look beautiful.
Yes, they look gorgeous.
I love how the trolls look a lot like, and yet very distinct from, the cave trolls that we saw in Lord of the Rings. It was awesome, and I knew we wouldn't see Smaug.
Yeah.
Well, somebody, and we talked about this earlier.
This is a good segue, yeah.
Because somebody had posted, we're getting a lot of great comments on the podcast earlier this week, and somebody had posted that Benedict, I'm sorry I don't have your name right now, but Benedict Cumberbatch had said that we were going to, the end of the film was going to end with Smaug's eyes opening, and you said no, that was speculation.
Well, here's what happened. On August 20th, a bunch of sites ran with this quote saying, hey, did Benedict Cumberbatch just spoil the end of An Unexpected Journey? Because what he said was this. Benedict said, I think we're going to end this with me opening my eye and then maybe see the rest of me in the second movie. The words there are think and maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
And here's what I just want to remind everybody. Now, this is what movie sites do. I have been guilty of this, so I'm including myself in this, all right?
Everybody has.
We take some kind of little quote and then we run headlines like, confirmed, Hobbit ends with this, or blah, blah. But just be very, very careful.
That don't know, I mean, I'm sure everybody that's watching this knows Benedict Cumberbatch is playing Smaug.
Right.
Okay.
Now, we just got to be careful about taking these little comments that get dropped here and there. Look, is it conceivable that it could end like that?
Certainly. I mean,
Absolutely.
we talked about it the other day.
Right.
But will Peter Jackson allow that type of
News.
No,
study?
he'd be dead now.
Is Benedict Cumberbatch so stupid that he doesn't realize what would constitute a major spoiler? Look, it is possible, but you got to take it with a massive grain of salt. I really don't think, and it is possible as well that he may have said that before it was really confirmed. Now, it got run on August 20th, but I'm not really sure when the comment itself was made. He probably made that comment before Peter Jackson even said it. Because look, the Smaug, the Battle of the Armies, all that kind of stuff happens in the last 20% of the book.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Well,
honestly,
now we got
this
3
could
films.
have. Well, this actually could have been said, for all we know, before it was decided to split it into 3 films. And if it actually had been then it might have made sense for it to end there. If it was just the first
If
of
it was
2
just
films.
the 2 films, it would have been a perfect spot.
And I just have to bring this up because I know this is something I said that I wanted to see was more Radagast. And
I wanted to bring that up too. Yeah,
and this is something that what you were saying, how you really are getting the tone, and Ross said you're really getting the tone. You're getting a lot of the humor. You're getting the "at your service," the famous line.
So much charm.
But you're also getting moments with Radagast. 2 seconds where he's holding the little hedgehog, and just so your heart breaks. You're laughing. It's every possible emotion has hit here. And actually, just to be fair, we did see Smaug. We saw him on the map.
Yes, yeah,
Fair.
this is true. We did. So,
It's not quite the same.
No, not the same.
So, like for me, I was a little underwhelmed with the first trailer that came out. I was very public about that. I was underwhelmed. Still, was just a trailer. They hadn't even finished shooting yet. There wasn't much to show us. I understand, but for me, my overall feelings on this trailer, I'm going to use the word again, absolute for a Hobbit movie. Absolute perfection. There is nothing you could have done that made this trailer even better. It doesn't give too much away. I got the sense of whimsy, the sense of excitement. I loved it. Roth, your overall impression?
Yeah, I absolutely loved it. And to your earlier point, I think that whether you are a fan of the books or you haven't read them, and there are people that haven't read them, I really will be shocked if everyone is not excited at this point. And I know that there are many people that were at Comic-Con and saw the footage there and say, I wasn't sold then, but now I am with this trailer. So I think it's a hit.
Jenna?
Oh, there's no question. I think this is absolutely amazing. Not that I wasn't going to, because you know what a huge Hobbit fan I am.
Yeah.
But it really hit every point that we were looking for. You've got your story, you've got your emotion, you've got tone, you've got absolutely everything you could possibly want in this.
Basically, across the table, we love this trailer. Still my most anticipated film of the year. I am dying to see this. Listen, folks, don't forget, leave your comments. Tell us what you think about this Hobbit trailer. You'll find a link to the trailer itself in the show notes below. Don't forget to join us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. By all means, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. You'll see the link to do that in just a second. Anyway, for Roth Cornett, for Jenna Bush, my name's John Campbell. Thanks for joining us. Can't wait to see The Hobbit. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and join us at amctheaters.com and watch one of our other AMC Movie News videos below.